Well, as we all know by now, tax season is in full swing, but with many Americans, of course, working from home during the pandemic for months and months now, there are a lot of questions out there about how to fill out the forms correctly this year in order to get the best refund, of course, that you can get. Joining us tonight here on News Nation is Dick Lipton. He is senior counsel at the firm Baker McKenzie in Dallas. He previously served on the advisory council of the IRS. Dick, thanks so much for your time tonight. We certainly appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Quick question here. A lot of folks working from home, so just some kind of nuts and bolts issues here. Are you going to pay taxes in the state that you would normally work in or the state where your home is, in case those two states are different for a lot of folks, for example, who live in New Jersey but work in New York? How does that work this time around because of all the COVID difficulties?
You put your finger on a really hot issue that's actually pending in front of the Supreme Court right now. New Hampshire is suing Massachusetts, claiming that New Hampshire residents who used to work in Massachusetts but are now working from home should not have to pay Massachusetts tax. Interestingly, New York joined that suit on the side of Massachusetts. Connecticut and New Jersey have joined that on the side of New Hampshire. It's not clear yet whether the Supreme Court will hear the case, although it is likely, and the court just asked the Biden administration to weigh in. To be very blunt, there's no clear law. Massachusetts and New York are claiming that the individuals, even if they don't step foot in the state, have to pay tax. New Hampshire, New Jersey, and Connecticut are saying that the power to tax depends upon the state giving services. And of course, if the individual never stepped foot in the state, they never got any services. So imposing the tax would be inappropriate. This is actually in a wait and see. And the really difficulty is if you're one of those individuals and you're trying to file by April 15th, we probably won't hear from the court by April 15th. A lot of people are going to have to give serious thought to filing extensions because the extension lets you go out to October 15th.
Wow, and that's something that would impact millions and millions of Americans who are working from home these days. Maybe, is there any hope that the court would expedite that ruling to give folks some clarity ahead of April 15th?
I wouldn't make any bets on the court moving it faster than it normally does. It just this week asked for the administration to weigh in and give its views. And I haven't heard anything from the Biden administration, so I don't know what approach they're going to take.
Gotcha. In terms of unemployment benefits, stimulus checks that people have gotten, there could be another round of them coming out depending on what happens on Capitol Hill. You pay taxes on those. What should people know about that?
Yeah, what people need to be particularly wary of this year is in 2017, the withholding rate was lowered a bit. In 2000, as part of the new tax bill last year, they had a new W-4 form to reduce withholding. The net effect is people who've gotten used to always getting a refund are going to have less withholding, which means they're going to get less of a refund. Now, you add to that the fact that the unemployment insurance is taxable income. So anytime you get the unemployment benefits, that's taxable, but there's generally no withholding. So I suspect that a lot of people who have had temporary layoffs or been furloughed, got unemployment, which is wonderful, are going to suddenly find that they owe taxes. It's much better off. The stimulus payments, I believe, are generally viewed as a grant, and that's not viewed as taxable income, but unemployment clearly is.
Gotcha. And Dick, we're out of time. Real quick, just in 10 seconds, should we expect, because of COVID, for the IRS and the entire tax system in this country to work a little slower, even more slowly than usual because of the state of the world right now?
Well, the state of the world is what it is, but I'm a private practitioner, but I'm going to say a few good words for the IRS. They have done a really good job in getting out guidance and getting returns processed. Last season, they did it during COVID, and I think everything's showing that they're going to do it as well as they can this season, too.
A rare show of love for the IRS. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time and your insight tonight. Good advice for our viewers at home. Thanks so much.